This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearoid.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agony Rants.
I think that Gearoid is having some sort of personality disorder. What is it going on?
This is my third podcast today.
Is it though?
Yeah, and we've one more to go.
I know. Well, you know, you don't have to display so much joy for the situation.
We're powering through now.
Powering. We are the power.
Niamh, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. You know what? Actually, though, I have to bring up the brilliant conversation I had with my son last night because on the way here, this is obviously pre-recorded, so the whole of Northern Ireland went on strike pretty much, right?
Including Niamh.
Yes, and it's very cold and whatever. I'm not on strike, I'm here.
Niamh's on strike.
I'm here. Anyway. What are you saying?
She tried to go on strike. She rang me and I was like, I'm on strike like the rest of Northern Ireland. I said, you're not Niamh. You're not Niamh. There's a whole load of people that subscribe to us, all of the Sineads. That's one of the things I noticed.
There's a lot of Sineads.
90% of our subscribers are called Sinead.
Do you know what's really funny, actually? I was on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And you know the way you go in to see what's trending, right?
Okay.
Niamh comes up a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And the reason for it is there's just a lot of people who post called Niamh. It's never, and I get very excited when I see it. I go, oh, is that about me? No. It's never about me. But anyway, we're moving on. That's not important. The thing is, the reason they're on strike is a very valid one. Basically, for 2 years, the Assembly hasn't met and therefore all of the pay rises that should have happened in those times cannot be approved. Therefore, people are not getting paid parity with the mainland.
Outrageous.
Right. So
outrageous.
I actually agree with that concept, but there's a lot. So they've been doing it kind of sporadically different ways. And then today, basically, the world, the whole of Northern Ireland has tried to kind of make a point of saying, for God's sake, would you go and do your bloody job to the Assembly? That's essentially what's happening. And, fair enough. And you know me, I don't get involved in politics, but it's understandable. Right. So here's the thing. The most outrage is coming from, not from the fact that the nurses are on strike or the doctors or anything else. It's the fact that the gritters are on strike. The
road gritters?
Yes. My son said, how can they possibly go on strike? It is dealing with people's lives. I mean, obviously nurses and doctors don't deal with people's lives or anything like that. He is absolutely raging because he wants to go up to Portrush or somewhere to play golf, right? And so he's raging about the fact that the gritters are not going out.
Your son plays golf?
Oh my God, he's gone mad for the golf in the last few months. Don't even talk to me. Anyway, so what's wrong with that?
That's weird.
It's not weird. Why is that weird?
Because that golf, I always think there's nothing more unnerving than a young man playing golf.
Lots of young people play golf.
I know, it's weird, Niamh. It's weird. It's weird.
Anyway, that's just because you can't play it. Right, anyway, so the next thing...
No, I can't.
No?
I'm absolutely not.
This is why we're friends, isn't it? Because ball sports are not our forte.
It's like... I don't know. It's just... I always find when a young person's playing golf, I'm always like, oh, that's weird.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not just because you have this idea of what golf is. But here, imagine the one thing that's upsetting him is the fact that the gritters are on strike. Now, he said this immortal line. He said, why can they not do it during the summer?
Because as we all know, the gritters have huge sway during the summer.
It would be such a big statement in the summer for the gritters to go on strike. I mean, honestly, I get it, right? The Assembly's not sitting, they're not getting what they need. But the thing is, if people weren't doing their job for 2 years, you would have your right to be cross, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Even the gritters.
He raises an interesting point,
yes.
though. What do the gritters do when it's not December and January?
I don't know. I'm assuming they have other jobs. I don't know. We need to look that up. If only there was some way of finding out.
There's a gritter out there.
We want to know.
We want to know, what does your July look like?
I know. There must be something they do.
Maybe they're on beaches, getting
the grit.
up the sand.
Getting the grit. Maybe they're sorting the grit out for the grit. Listen, don't diss the gritters.
I'm not dissing the gritters.
Because, you and I rely a lot on them.
We do rely on the gritters.
We're on the
Won't
road
hear
a lot.
Word against the gritters.
But I just couldn't get over the level of outrage about it. And he wasn't the only one. Lots of my friends were, oh my God, the gritters are on strike. And you're like going...
I once was in a lane beside a gritter.
Oh, gosh.
Right? And I'm actually quite embarrassed by this.
Okay.
Because I was driving at more or less the same speed as the gritter.
Oh, God.
Right?
So you were full of grit.
So I was just getting grit the whole time. And what happened was, I found myself going, well, I can't overtake him because then the road won't be gritted. But I was getting really annoyed at him. I was like... Because it kept like... And like, I'd say I was annoyed at him for 20 minutes going, that dickhead keeps... Yeah. I don't know. And then I was like, girl, just pull in for 5 minutes. Like, you're the problem. It's not the gritter.
Hey,
yeah,
it's me.
I was like, it's me.
I'm the problem.
Absolutely the problem.
You were all Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I was just driving beside him the whole time going, I can't believe he won't speed up. It's like, gross.
He has to go a set speed for what he does.
Come on, Gearoid.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Sometimes
we appreciate you passing the picket, Niamh.
I know. Well, sometimes, I didn't pass any picket. I know.
Well, I've had quite a week.
Oh, tell me about your
I've had quite a week, right? Because we did the final shows of the Prosecco Express, like with Joanne in the Borgash Theatre.
Look at you all posh in the Borgash.
Very nice, Niamh. Now, here's the thing.
I know.
Right?
I did menopause there. And I've done concerts in there. When
she says menopause, she means menopause the musical.
Yeah, no, I do menopause everywhere currently.
As opposed to like she was having a half flash and she ducked into the Borgash. I won the Eurovision. Put me in a room with a fan, please. So, yeah, we did 6 nights, right?
Oh my
gosh. But the coolest thing happened on the Friday night.
What happened?
Right? This is very cool.
Okay, come on then.
So, we got this message from Milano's.
Oh, as in
down at Grand Canal. The pizza place.
The pizza place, yeah.
And because like they'd done so much business that week.
Because of the Prosecco Express?
Because of the Prosecco Express.
Okay.
They said, if you want to come down, they just sent it to Joanne. They said, if you want to come down after the show, we'll feed you.
Oh.
Milano's was closed.
No. Oh.
Yeah, they stayed open for us.
Oh.
Niamh. We went down about like 10 to 11.
Wow.
They fed us, gave us wine.
That is very cool.
Yeah. There was just the two of us in the whole restaurant. There was just
very
a cook
cool.
and a waiter.
I bet they never offered that to the orchestra.
I was delighted. No, they wouldn't. It cost them a fortune. I think there was just 2 people on stage.
People.
They were like, this, and Joanna's very thin. At max, this is 2 pizzas. But you know what? It was the loveliest. No, it was the loveliest thing that's ever happened. It was so nice.
It's a lovely thought.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It is
and
a
we
lovely
went in
thought.
and we just had pizza. Because the other way, sometimes, like at that hour, like when you're coming out, there's nowhere really to go.
No, there isn't.
Unless you're going to a
Especially
bar.
around there, funny enough.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like all the people that were at the show will be in the bars. So yeah, we just went to.
And then the other thing that
pizza.
happens,
It was lovely.
when you're gigging, you can't really eat too much before you go in. There's a point where you have to stop eating, otherwise that becomes a very sharing experience with the audience.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than I sometimes will have dinner. If I have my dinner after 5 o'clock, I will definitely have hiccups on stage.
Yeah, I know. Well, not hiccups for me, but yeah, I know what you mean. Small bit of reflux.
And you're like pulling the microphone down just like
to try.
Yeah. You try and time your jokes. That's like punchline. But here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat really healthy.
Oh, okay.
Because it's January.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
It's very late in January we're having this conversation.
I know, but you see, you know me, I don't start my New Year's resolution early in January because
it's best not.
It's a recipe for failure.
Yeah, no, because you're going on the back of Christmas, which is like madness.
I know, yeah, and you've got to finish your selection boxes.
I know.
And, yeah. I decided I'm going to eat healthy.
Okay, what does that constitute for you?
Starting with a breakfast. So I've started to eat porridge.
Okay. How's that working out?
Niamh, it's just grim.
Is it though? I like porridge.
I just can't get it down.
I love it when I stay with my mum and she makes the porridge. It's part of our ritual. She puts fruit in the middle of the table. I look at the fruit and then I eat the porridge. But I don't eat the fruit.
Now, tell me what way you do the porridge.
Well, she makes it with milk, which is nice. Sometimes with oat milk because she thinks she's been very fabulous with that.
Oh.
So, oats with oat milk.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes it sweeter, actually.
Okay.
But some people make it with water. My husband likes to make it with water.
My partner makes it with water and salt.
Yeah. It's,
No. Just no.
Well, you can put anything in porridge. It's just a carrier.
Well, here, I've had nice porridge where I had it made with almond milk, with coconut in it, blueberries.
Okay,
honey,
you lost me a coconut.
raspberry.
But, when you say coconut, it's not
Absolutely
of the
delicious.
desiccated.
Yeah,
variety.
desiccated coconut.
Oh my God, how are we friends? I can't cope.
No, I love a bit of coconut
I
now.
hate desiccated coconut. It upsets me.
Because I think I think if you have untarted up porridge, like if you just have Do you know what I always think?
Are you saying it's a chore?
When I have bland porridge, do you know what I always think?
What?
This must be what it's like when you drain a jacuzzi.
I didn't know where you were going there, but that wasn't where I thought you were going. Why?
I always think that if you drain a jacuzzi, at some point what you've got is a bowl of porridge. That's what I imagine is in a jacuzzi.
What?
Just that it's all just like bleh,
what's
flaky
going off
skin.
people? Flaky skin?
Yeah. Oh God.
Holy God.
Niamh, I am on tour. The last 20 dates of my Glamour Hammer tour, they're on sale.
Wow. When does it actually finish?
April, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You make it sound like it's going to be so imminent all the time.
Limping to the finish at this point, Niamh. Limping to the finish. The last Vicar Street is on the 9th of February.
Very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Very imminent
excited
also because, to be fair,
yeah, it's next week, I think.
Yeah.
I'll be also doing shows in Longford, Carrick-on-Shannon, Kilmallock, Mullingar.
Yeah, if I was a good friend. I'd have all of those things.
Written down in front of you. You're in Strabane this week? Is it the alley?
Yeah.
Mention me show, Niamh.
I will.
Mention me show. I'm not popular in Strabane. Strabane says no.
Okay.
That's what I will say. Strabane says no. Gearoid for tickets, or you can get them through the link in my Instagram bio. We are pausing for a moment to remind you that Agony Rants is part of the Head Stuff Podcast
Yes, we are.
Network. It's a hub for the creative, the curious, and the brilliant, like us.
And
Niamh.
us.
And us.
I mean, we loosely fall into those categories.
We do indeed. If you would like to support the show, you can subscribe to Head Stuff Plus with as little as €5 a month.
Yes, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
€5 a month. We would love it if you would subscribe. In return for that, you'll get bonus content from us, which is our Vintage Rants show.
Yes, we make a special show for you.
We do indeed. It's out twice a month. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It is really fun.
It's very Niamh Kavanagh-led. I will say that. Niamh picks the problems.
I do.
I'm just there for the ride.
I know.
And not only will you get bonus content from us, you will get bonus content from all of the shows in the Head Stuff Podcast Network. And there are some great ones, including the show that we're cross-promoting this week, which is...
Fireside,
which is a Irish mythology podcast.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. It is hugely popular. It is a jewel in the Head Stuff crown, as much as it kills me to say that.
I know. It wounds him.
And here's a little clip.
Fireside is the Irish storytelling podcast. Every week you'll hear tales of mythic Irish gods, Arthurian knights or Norse Vikings. There is folklore from Ireland and around the world, and even historical legends like Brian Boru and Gráinne Whale. Whether from poetry or prose, lyric or legend, if there is a good story at the heart of it, you'll find it here. I'm Kevin C. Olahan. I'm your host and Fireside Bard. With over 150 episodes and rising, there has never been a better time to join us by the fireside.
Anyway, Niamh, we have a follow-up.
Oh, I know. Well, this is kind of more of a review, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Niamh and Gearoid. I am a big Eurovision... Oh, here we go.
Come on, read it all out.
I'll tell you what happens, right? The new year turns and then they come out of the woodwork.
Stop now.
Where's he from? Albania or something?
Listen. No.
I am a big Eurovision fan and therefore a big fan of Niamh.
Thank you.
Wow. I hope you will be coming to Malmo this year to perform in the Eurovision Club.
Well, if I'm invited with lots of money, people wave at me with lots of money.
That's to go through me.
Yeah.
That's to go through me, Niamh. We're stepping up the fees here. None of your, could you just, we don't have a budget. Tough.
Go on.
20 grand.
It's unlikely I'm going to Malmo, but there you go.
I really enjoy your podcast with the other Irish. Do you know? I really enjoy your podcast with the other Irish man.
What other Irish?
Mig. Do you know what, Niamh? I'm just...
No,
you finish reading this.
Come on.
I am writing because I am in music. Oh, God.
Come on. I have to listen to people tell me how amazing you are all the time. Come on.
I really enjoy your podcast with the other Irish man. I am writing because I am a musician studying music production and composition, and I would very much like to write a song for Eurovision. I was wondering if you could tell me what you think the essence of a winning song is. Jesus wept. How about you just listen back to any of the interviews she's done in the past 30 years? Very much enjoy your show, Niamh. The show that she hosts herself. And looking forward to hearing whatever you record. A devoted fan. Niels.
Niels, I love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I have never seen him more outraged, considering he does all the work.
Niels manners.
Oh my
That's what
God.
this is.
No. Look, he
Well,
said
Niels, I'll tell you what I think my essence, what I think the essence of a winning Eurovision song is.
Then.
I think it should be good.
Yeah, well.
I think the singer should be wearing shoes, which doesn't always happen.
Well, Sandy Shaw won it with no shoes on.
I know, yeah, but I just think it's disgusting, Niamh.
It's a feet thing. It's a feet thing.
It's a feet thing.
Okay.
But not only is it a feet thing, it's somebody walking across the stage. Like, their feet are filthy by the time they get to the middle, right? It's
true.
a big stage.
It's true.
I think they should be wearing shoes. I don't think there should be bongos.
I hope you're making notes here, Niels, because I'm sure
I think
pearls of wisdom is not even
I
part
think
of
whenever an act goes, should we have bongos here? I think the whole thing needs to be dialed back.
Now, they don't have as many bongos on stage these days because they are only allowed 6 people on. So bongos is always an
It's
optional
only
extra.
6 people now.
It's been like that for a long time.
How many did you have?
When? Both times?
No, when you had the
3.
the
I had
ones
3.
walking behind you.
3.
When you were on the box. 2010.
In 2010, I had 4.
4.
Yeah, two boys, 2 girls. And a partridge in a pear tree. Sorry.
I think it should go up at the chorus.
Okay. Key change is what you're calling
Yeah, well, I think the chorus should go up
okay.
as opposed to down.
Okay.
And contrary to what Lorraine did last year, I don't think you should be under a coffee table.
Oh.
So, Niamh, tell us what you think the essence of a Eurovision song is for Niels. This is not a review.
She said she's a big fan. He said he loves us. And me and the other Irish man. Niels, the essence of a good Eurovision song is making sure that you're telling the story you want to tell. I mean, let's be honest, there's many churches in the Eurovision world. So a good song is a good song is a good song. That's it. And have the right performer.
Wow, Niamh, that was...
I know. You know what? I have spoken a lot about what it makes a good Eurovision. I don't know what makes a good Eurovision song. That's the truth. I know what makes a good song that I want to sing. So I want to tell a good story. I want to have something special, in the moment. And I have enjoyed many styles of songs that have won Eurovision over the years, or even just been involved in Eurovision. Sometimes it's not always about the winner for me. So if you want to write a song, Niels, you should be writing it. You should be writing it and saying what you want to say, and to hell whether it's a Eurovision song or not.
Exactly. Well done. Now, in case anyone feels the need to send any more questions about the Eurovision in January, I would urge you not to.
No, come on. Don't mind him.
May. We're saving this for May.
Okay, April, May is better. Yeah.
And Niels is just getting very excited.
If he wants to write a song, he needs to be fair, no offence, Niels, but you should have already written your song and submitted it most places, because generally speaking, they're all selecting. The big selections are happening in the next couple of months, and that's it. By March, most of the big stuff is already done.
Yeah, Niels,
So.
it may not be for this year.
So you're planning for next year, Niels, and I take it you're going to Malmo, which is amazing. I've only done the Eurovision Club once, actually, in Austria. That's the only time I've ever been invited to do the Eurovision
What's
Club.
their problem?
Whose problem?
Eurovision Club.
No, it's not their problem. They're coming down with people who are doing Eurovision in the vicinity. I don't know.
Who?
And let's be honest, Sweden have enough winners, the same amount of winners as Ireland now, so you could throw a stick and find
Do you think
Eurovision.
ABBA will be in the Eurovision Club?
ABBA released a statement almost immediately after Sweden qualified for this year saying they will not be performing.
Wow.
Yeah. So
do you know what that is? That's just trying to get the price up.
no,
That's exactly what
ABBA
I do. Fair
can
play.
name
They're
their
shrewd.
price.
They're shrewd.
They can
Niamh.
name their
They're
price. They
shrewd.
don't need to prove anything.
Do you know what you should do for the Eurovision Club this
They
year?
should send their avatars.
You should get an avatar.
To do what?
Niamh Voyage.
No. Anyway, Eurovision, we're not talking about Eurovision
No, we're not
yet. Anyway,
talking
we're
about
going to
Eurovision.
move on.
Done. Moving on.
But Niels, thank you so much for inviting in, and thank you from me and the other Irish man.
He sends his regards, Niels.
You made me very happy.
He sends his regards.
Very happy.
agonyrants@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. So please do send your problems through to Agony Rants. But also to support the show, what you can do is you can leave us a lovely review on whatever platform you listen on.
Yeah, reviews would be good.
So on Spotify, once you've listened, you can submit a review for that episode. And then on iTunes, or not iTunes, Apple Podcasts. You can give us a star rating and you can
leave a comment.
Leave a comment. And we would love it if you would
It'd be
leave us a
really
5-star
great.
review.
It would be really great.
Because that helps other people find the show. And it keeps us on the air.
Yeah.
Niamh, we have a problem.
Okay. Dear Niamh and Gearoid, love the podcast and I listen every Monday morning. I love the fact that they start with my name though. That was good, wasn't it? I'm also a vintage rants fiend. Is there any chance you would consider doing more of them? Maybe weekly. Imagine a double dose every week. Well, it would be pretty amazing. And when they're paying us the big bucks, that's what we'll do. And to be honest...
Absolutely not, Niamh.
Now, for those of you who are not subscribing, Vintage Rants is...
6 shows a month.
It is so fun. It is so fun. You know, you're missing out, to be fair. Vintage Rants is funny. We take an old problem.
It is my favourite bit.
Yeah, it is his favourite bit.
We're doing one after this, aren't we?
We are.
We are, Niamh.
We are. And the thing about it is, right, Vintage Rants is basically where we take an old problem, you know, a problem that was solved maybe a good few years ago by some other agony aunt. And
a professional.
So the great thing is the gloves are off because we don't have to worry about anybody's sensibilities.
Yes, they're all dead.
Because they could be
Everyone's dead.
We don't know. Certainly the problem is resolved one way or another. Anyway, so the chances of us doing any more than that, Graham, it will be slim. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is both my sister and I have been trying to buy a house separately and it is not happening. At Christmas, we were both staying in my parents' house and she floated the idea that we could buy a house together to live in. It would mean we might be able to get something a bit better than we would on our own. She thinks it's a great idea, but I am not so sure.
Well, this is off to a great start.
Oh my gosh. I can already see the simmering response in your body there. You're vibrating beside me. My sister and I have a great relationship, but she has a very strong personality and I'm a meek, adorable little gay. Oh, Graham. I want to adopt you. She likes things done a certain way and I am, as much as I hate to admit it, a little bit chaotic. I have no doubt that she will decide next year she wants to meet a man and be married with twins within 2 years. That's the way she rolls. Whereas I enjoy a wide selection of gentleman callers at the moment. I am sure I will settle down with Mr. Right once my wild oats have been spread far, wide, thick and fast. Wow, Graham.
No, Graham.
Wow.
No, that's it. We're done. We're pulling this. We're not answering this. I have been very clear on how I feel about the phrase spreading wild oats. And it's not even, it's sowing wild oats.
Are we back? Are we back to the porridge conversation?
Absolutely.
I'm concerned.
Is absolutely disgusting.
Stop now.
That is disgusting.
This felt like a particular problem at the beginning, but now it's developing into something else. It's more like a
I feel like
a brag.
This to upset me.
It's like a humble brag, isn't it? It's like a. Anyway, I am concerned that moving in together might damage my relationship with my sister.
Well, it's a hot mess in his cow with his sister. That's the way he's phrased this.
I think on paper, it is a great idea, but I have concerns. That said, I don't want to throw away a great opportunity to get a foot on the ladder. I'd love yourself and Niamh to give me the skinny on what you think we should do. Your devoted listener, Graham. Devoted. I love that. Oh my God, Graham. For God's sake, get wise. Do not share a house with your beloved sister.
No.
Don't do it.
This won't work.
No.
I I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm not going to say too much about this. I only know of one person that ever did this.
Successfully? Or
No. Wildly unsuccessful.
Okay.
And it led to a very, very long rift. Like a massive rift for many, many years. And I just... And if somebody had told me that there would have been a rift between these two, I
would never
would have believed it. But I would not touch this now with a barge pole.
Okay.
I think it's a very bad idea.
I know, I agree.
And it's because it's that phrase that you always say about family, is that with family the safety catches off.
Oh, the safety catches are well off. You know, you don't actually put them in place with your family. And the difficulty is, on paper, this shouldn't work even if one of you was renting off the other. It'd be a nightmare. But I do understand, right? I do understand currently we have a real problem when it comes to people getting on the property ladder. And the concept is good in the sense of, yes, on paper, it would make sense. If both of you bought a house, you'd be seen to be paying a mortgage, and that might make it easier for you to get a mortgage. You'd have to set a time limit if you were mad enough to do this. But I guarantee you, the difficulty is, with the best will in the world, you will struggle. And you are very different animals, clearly. And, you know, with all your lovely gentleman callers, you know, maybe that wouldn't be might get in the way of the twins.
Your sister might be annoyed, but with you,
I'm just
spreading
saying
things far and wide.
Yeah, I just think, you know, it's kind of. I think you already know it. To be fair, the way that you've worded this, I think you know it. You just want to feel vindicated as a meek gay.
I think
and big adorable.
I think
gay.
Let's give some advice if it is to happen. I think if it is to happen, I think what you would need to do is there's two things that might help.
Okay.
One is, and this will always be the problem, is when are we selling this?
Okay. Because
I think you'd have to say we're selling this in 2 years. In 2 years' time, this is going on the market.
Okay.
Right? Because,
or else one of us has to buy the other out.
Yeah, exactly.
So you set a time.
But again, that'll be, I'm not ready to buy. I just want to. And it'll be, I want to sell now. I need the money. What'll happen is parents will get involved.
Everybody gets involved.
Yeah.
It drive you demented.
The other thing that you could do, which might help this situation, is if you were to buy a house.
Yeah.
But you lived in it as flats.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like if
there was two sitting
units, rooms, two sitting rooms, you know, maybe you share a kitchen, 2 bathrooms.
Right. Here's the problem with that, right?
Go on. Friends
or family, the difficulty is you can't separate it out. If you are human beings that don't know each other, it's a lot easier because you'll be more respectful of the space. Yeah. The entire extended family will be involved in this whole tragedy, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and it would be just crazy. Like, it would. I think you already know that. I think the way you've written this is you want us to say, for God's sake, no.
Particularly that you're, I'm not saying this can't work.
No.
But the thing that you are really flagging here is that you are different people.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you are two sisters who are very much on the same page about stuff, I think you could probably try and make it work. But you'll still hit challenges. But you're saying that she's very together, you're a bit chaotic. She's going to, in a year's time, she's going to find the man, have the twins. You're going to be riding all your friends by the same things.
Great.
So I just think that this
is fraught.
It's fraught.
It is a little bit fraught.
And I get by what you're saying as well. I think things have the potential to be fraught anyway.
Yeah, no,
if you're not living with each other.
I do get that you have to approach it differently now because it's not so easy to get a mortgage. It isn't, and the cost of houses, and especially if you want to live, somewhere central or do something, it is quite difficult to get on the property ladder.
Now, the other thing you could do is they could buy together and rent it out and not live in it.
Yeah, that's a different aspect though.
That is, yeah.
From the mortgage point of view. But yeah.
Now, you probably would have to tell the bank you're living in it.
Yeah, I think you need... Are you inciting fraud?
Niamh, we do what we have to do.
Okay.
You do what you have to do. Tell the bank you're living in it. Also tell them that you're a charity. You're a registered charity.
Well,
You're
clearly,
planting trees.
Clearly, Graham is a resident
Reforestation,
charity. He's
that's the
spreading
business
his
you're
love
in.
everywhere. He's spreading the message. To be honest with you, I just think, yes, I get we have to think outside the box to get on the property ladder now. It's quite difficult, right?
Yeah.
You know it, I know it, and it's years since we've, been on the...
I know, yeah. I mean,
start.
I've been going to see houses, Niamh. I've been getting very annoyed.
Have you?
Been getting very annoyed.
It's quite difficult.
Very annoyed.
Very difficult.
What do you think of the house? I think you should have flushed the toilet.
Oh my God.
That's what I think of the house.
Yeah. How do you live together at home? I mean, are you living it together at home? Are you renting out? There's a lot of things,
That's a good point.
Have you lived with
On
other people?
Christmas Day, when you're boating your parents,
Yeah.
how many times do you throw your eyes to heaven and say, I'm going to strangle this bitch?
Yeah. How did you get on when you did live together? That might change things a little bit. You might get on the best as people. And you could make a liar of us and say, yes, this is where, and you might actually buy a house and it might be very successful and you go in and you move in together. But the second it's amazing what the things that can annoy you when you're living with someone. Like it is amazing.
Absolutely.
And also when one person is looking to move on and the other isn't, so you have to be really super clear about how that works. And it may seem strange, but you need basically that agreement between you nearly written down so that there is no room for error. The problem is there's a lot of miscommunication around these things. Well, and then, as you say, if your man dagging in that, it's a
oh my God,
it's a disaster.
And Niamh's right. We could be absolutely wrong. We could be giving you terrible advice here. But in our defence, at no point in this letter do you say, me and my sister, who I have a great relationship with, who is my best friend, who I cannot wait to live with, who is my sun, moon and stars. We're completely on the same page.
Yeah.
At no point do you say any of those things about how great it would be to live with her. All you say is,
we have a great relationship.
We have a great relationship because we tolerate each other and nobody's dead. Nobody has died in all of our interactions.
I love that. I have a great relationship with my sister, but.
Big but.
There's a but there. You need to be aware that
Strong
that is
personality.
Very magnified.
Little bit chaotic.
And when there's money involved, which there will be, it'll be really, really more fraught. In some ways, if your family is involved, you can, without the safety catches, you can say what you need, and sometimes communication can be better. But the difficulty is, this is someone you want to live the rest of your life with, or is going to be in your life.
There's more to lose.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we hope we've helped. Keep
desperate.
us posted, Graham.
Desperate. Not so much about the gentleman callers, but
But also,
I feel there's other problems here he could be talking about.
The other thing that you might have to do is be able to say to your sister, do you know what? Actually, no.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you're better off going, do you know what?
I love you.
I love you, but I feel like this could be a little bit of a minefield, and I think the last thing we need is a situation where we could fall out.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Honesty is the best policy in this stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we have another problem.
We do.
This is from...
Are we allowed to say the name?
Amanda.
Okay. Did you check to see if we're allowed to say it? Yes, we are.
Which doesn't say not to.
Okay, then.
Dear Niamh and Gearoid, big fan, huge. Help. I'm writing because I'm in a very strange situation. I'm an only child in my late 40s and my parents have just shocked me with bizarre news.
Ooh.
They have decided, age 78 and 82, to get divorced.
Oh my God!
Fresh start.
Okay.
Fresh start.
Well, you can never too late.
Never too This has really thrown me. Yeah,
well, I can understand. Yeah.
They are being very level-headed about the whole thing. Apparently their marriage hasn't been working for some time. They've been married 51 years and they have decided to call it a day. They thought about this a few years ago, but they decided to stay together to hit the 50th anniversary. And hoped it might inject some new romance.
Wow, okay.
But as it didn't, they've decided to divorce. I swing from not taking it seriously and laughing to being very upset.
Oh,
I don't know how I feel at all.
Okay.
Love to hear you guys talk about it, as I seriously need a bit of direction on it.
And you thought to read
Not sure this is going to be the direction you need. Loving your work. Thanks for all the fun. You are my stress relief podcast, and the 2 weeks you were off was difficult.
Oh, Amanda, thank you.
That's from Amanda.
That's so lovely. Wow.
That's...
It's big. No, to be fair, it's big, you know. I mean, if my parents came to me today and said they were getting divorced, I mean, I'd have so many feelings about it, like so many. I mean, my parents are 86 and 82, 81, 82. You know, yeah.
I think, you see, here's the problem, right? With this. The reaction the reason that makes this so bizarre is because they're so old, right?
Yeah.
So saying to them, why in the name of God are you getting divorced? What you're actually saying is...
You're nearly there.
You're nearly dead. You've only a few years left. And you can't say that to somebody.
No, but why would you not want to be so affected? Why am I sitting here then?
Exactly. Like, why would I...
Yeah.
But then you're kind of undervaluing whatever the rest of their life is.
I suppose.
Which is kind of unfair.
Yeah, but I think divorce makes you... You know, anybody who... When a relationship isn't what you think it is, that must be very devastating. You know, it is because...
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that they didn't love each other or didn't care for each other or that invalidates how they feel about you, especially because you're an only child. So there's an awful lot on you here. So you feel... No offence, you're in your late 40s, you know, Amanda.
You're well reared.
Are you
like
busy in your own life?
Or
maybe it's going to be more difficult because she's going to have 2 houses to go to now instead of just one to visit.
Oh, God.
No, but look, here's the thing, right? I get it. I can totally understand you probably sitting there laughing because it feels absurd because they're older. But at the same time, it is a sad thing. Do you not think so? Like, I think it is.
I think it's very sad because I think that...
Yeah.
I think it's very much the end of an era. And I think that it feels like that what's ahead is like a period of sadness for them at a time when you kind of feel like there shouldn't be sadness at this stage in your life. At this stage of your life, it should be... You should be reaping the rewards.
No, what you're saying is it should be acceptance. Is that right? Accept what's coming. Just sit in the chair and don't go anywhere. Is that what this is about?
I feel like I feel that to be still analysing the relationship that you're in at 80 years of age, I'm just like, God,
it worries you.
At what point do you just go, yeah,
I might as well.
I'm like, yeah, this is like, I do think my favourite part of this letter is that at some point they decided, do you know what, there's going to be some good presents for the 50th anniversary.
So we'll hang on.
We're going to hang on in there.
We might need it for the new residences.
Yeah, we may.
Do you know what, though? Here's the big thing, right? They're obviously, they must own their house or something because do you know how difficult it is to set up? I mean, our previous problem, they can't even buy a house. How are they going to split? Are they going to still live in the same house? There's a lot of practical situations going on here. You know, the reality is, right, you're making your own life, doing your own thing, Amanda. This is a separate thing. Your parents are now, you know, they're past the point where they're responsible for you, right? And they're looking after their own feelings. They're making their decision. I think you should support them in it. Tell them you're sad about it. Absolutely. You should feel all of the things you're feeling. All of the things. Because it is quite shocking, right? You would think, you're right. You reach an age and you think this, you know, surely there should be a stage where, listen, there's a reason we've stayed together 51 years, right? But there's also a reason why you shouldn't stay together, right? You know, I get that.
Yeah, totally. Because, I mean, the rest of your life, however long that is valuable and you should be able to...
Yeah, you know, let them...
Like, spread your wild oats.
And how much is it really going to affect you, Amanda? Like, are you living with them?
I don't think it is. I think the only thing that might affect her
if they fell out.
Well, I think if these two are going to have a divorce, I mean, I don't think they're going to... Like, I think somebody's going to have to organise that.
Well, now, we know from the Vintage Rats, Mrs. Hasselmere was thinking of somebody else. So maybe is there going to be other partners? Is there going to be... But more important, that doesn't matter. This is their life now, Amanda. It's their life been for a long time. Would you feel happy if they came in and told you how you should feel about, you know, your life? You know, so in a way, I know it's quite difficult, especially as an only child, because the unit is important, and it is, especially if you're on your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not belittling it by any stretch, Amanda. But at this point, surely they should be allowed to make their own decisions on their lives. And therefore, you know, I think you're valid to feel all of the things that you're feeling and allow the feelings come, but try and be supportive of them because, you know, they're trying to do what they can to live their lives as best they can. They won't have come to this decision lightly, you know, and if you really look at their relationship, you know, have you been involved in their relationship enough to recognise whether they're really happy together? Maybe in a weird way, by doing this, they'll be happier, you know, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, look.
I know. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
I don't
know how I feel about that.
If it makes them happier, more power.
I don't know how I'd feel about my parents coming to me to tell me they were going to divorce.
Well, I'd imagine I'd be very concerned that one of them would break a hip when they're on the rebound.
Look, they've worked all their lives. They've raised you beautifully, obviously. You've got a good life. They're getting on with their lives. And, you know, they've been figuring it out and they think, well, why don't we split up and just go and have the bit of crack? But I don't think it's as simple as that. You know, there's an awful lot involved in this. And, you know, from the physicality, the stupid physicality of where they're living, financial situations, you know, sometimes you need 2 pensions to live.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm looking at a lot of that.
I mean, I think, Amanda, you're going to end up having to set them up on Hinge.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I mean, it's not... I don't envy what's ahead.
No.
But at the same time, and I don't mean to be dismissive of the whole thing, I'd really be surprised if this happens.
Yeah. I think when they start getting into the practicality, they probably go, lads,
yeah.
like, you know, to be honest with you.
To divorce somebody at that age, you'd want to absolutely hate them.
Well, why don't they just go and live different lives? They don't have to actually divorce at that age. I mean, you know, to be fair.
They could just
you know,
talk to them about an open relationship.
Yes. Show them those videos. You know, I don't know. There must be other people who are interested in, you know, doing separate things. You know, I mean, you don't have to actually divorce because I
definitely think from your point of view, I mean, I know this sounds very dismissive, but I don't think you should be going into the grave over this.
No.
You know, you're not the orphan Annie here.
No, you're not. You've got your own life, I'm sure, Amanda. It is difficult and it makes you sad. And I'm sure you're laughing your head off in some ways because it seems absurd. Yeah. It seems absurd at that stage. Imagine going 51 years and going, that's it. Yeah. That's it, on my last nerve. I wonder what that thing was that pushed them over the side.
I'd be so curious to know. I would be so curious to know.
I mean, they waited a whole year after the 50th. It wasn't like they were just waiting for that moment. You know? There's a lot going on there, but I you know what, I actually think it's great, you know, in some ways, you know, let them go and live their lives and maybe suggest to them that do they have to actually get divorced unless one of them physically wants to marry another person. I mean, how serious is it?
Stranger things have happened.
Well, you know, a divorce is quite involved. Even if it's amicable, financially that can be quite difficult. Living apart, you know, they can live their open relationship life, do more exciting things. I kind of get it. Some people want to do different things, you know. Some people like to sit in the chair. Some people want to go out and play bowls at that age. I don't know. What are you doing in your 80s? I know my mum is very exciting and out in the world, and my dad goes, that's great. I can sit at home and read my books and do my thing, and then he goes out and sings. You know, they live quite separate.
I'm not saying that their lives are in any way dull.
No.
But and there's plenty of opportunity ahead and all that. But I just feel...
I mean, how would you feel, do you think? I mean, I don't know. Nobody's done it. So
Niamh, I would embrace it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be back on. I'd be back out there. I'd be downloading Grindr or whatever it is at the time. Let us know how you get on. But again, you're not a child of a broken home.
No.
These are adults. You're an adult.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if this happens. Well, it may happen, but I would be surprised. This feels reactive.
Yeah, it does. And maybe they did love each other. Maybe they still love each other, but they just don't want to be together.
Time.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
You do less for murder.
Like, yeah, if you like.
No, but it's true. People say it all the time.
I love you forever.
Yeah, but
50 years is forever.
You know,
I feel like you've commitment fulfilled.
We put the work in.
Yeah,
we put the work in.
I think a strong 30 years. I think that's forever. Like, what's life?
Well, in prison, it's only 30 years.
It's only 30 years.
Yeah, I know.
I think 30 years.
They're approaching their second life
I will love you
term.
forever, and by that I mean 30 years.
Yeah.
After that, it's my own business.
Oh, that's okay. I have about 5 years left. That's okay. But you know, it's seriously. Amanda, we're not trying to belittle it. It is kind of difficult. We understand that. And, you know, I don't know how I'd feel. I really don't know. I'm going to go home and ask my parents now.
Okay, I think we've helped.
Do you?
I do. I mean, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure there was helping to be done there, but like,
I'm not sure.
I feel we've done our best.
Yeah.
Niamh, it was wonderful to talk to you.
You too.
agonyrants@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. We would really appreciate it if you would become a member of Head Stuff Plus.
Oh yeah, it would be so amazing.
And leave us a lovely review on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you downloaded this.
Sometimes I think we're very needy, but you know, we try hard.
That's the nature of the beast.
It is.
The nature of the beast.
We're greedy.
And we will chat to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.